It's kind of a rainy day today. I think I'll go into the Holden Reptile Conservation Center and see what the reptiles are doing. Gosh, I sure hope some of them are moving around and that I can find them in their habitats. It's so warm in here. All right, let's look in some of these different habitats and see if we see any reptiles. No one in the first habitat. I don't see anyone moving around in this habitat either. Though I do like all the trees and grass. That looks like a nice place to live if I was a reptile. No one moving here. There's a snake right up in the front, but he's not moving. All right, let's move on. There's a snake in the back. He's down underneath that piece of bark, but he or she isn't moving either. Isn't anyone awake and moving around? Wait! The Aruba Island rattlesnakes. Both of them are moving. Look, they're right up at the front of the glass. Moving around, kind of checking out the habitat and the space. I think they might even be checking me out. Well, why isn't the snake over here moving? You know what? I bet he or she is just sleeping. I bet if I knock on this glass, I could wake him or her up. Before I start tapping on that glass to wake up that snake, I need to think a little bit. So sound energy travels through the air and through different surfaces, even solid surfaces, and it impacts different animals in different ways. So reptiles, like the snake we see here, often have no external ear structures, but they do have inner ear structures, so they still hear through vibrations along their jaw bones. So if I were to tap on the glass, not only could they feel the vibration of the glass into their habitat, but they could also potentially hear the sound energy traveling through the air. To understand sound energy a little bit better, I have a very simple investigation you can set up. You're going to need a bowl, some plastic wrap, cover the bowl with the plastic wrap nice and tight. You're going to need a cookie sheet or something similar, and then some salt or sugar to help finish out all the supplies you need. So you're going to pour some of the salt or sugar on top of the plastic wrap on top of the bowl. Then you're going to take the cookie sheet and tap it right next to the bowl, and you can see the sugar or the salt starting to move. Those are the sound energy waves moving from me hitting the cookie sheet to actually moving them. You can see it looks much different if I actually touch the bowl, so what you saw before was the sound energy. Many mammals, like wolves, have very obvious ear structures on the external part of their body, and they can use these ears to move around and hear prey so they can hunt them down. Zebras also have very prominent ear structures, and this is so they can hear predators to help keep them safe. Humans have fairly simple flaps in the side of our ears that aren't very useful, but we can try an investigation to hear how other animals kind of hear. Cup your hands forward over your ears and listen. Can you hear things better? How about if you cup them and listen behind? Can you hear things better behind you? Now just listen. What's different? I have one more investigation to consider how other animals hear, and this one kind of represents how reptiles hear. You're going to need an all-metal hanger and 2 pieces of string or rope, something like these, about the same length. Tie each piece of the string or rope onto the corners of the hanger, just like this, and let the rest of it hang loose. To start, grab the hanger by each of the strings and tap it against the table. Notice the sound that it makes. Now take your fingers and wrap the string around them a few times, and then put your fingers in your ears and tap the hanger against the table. What does it sound like now? Try loosening up the string a little bit to give it more room to vibrate. Try again. Did the sound change at all? This is more representative of how reptiles hear because the vibrations are going directly into the bones in your head. So we've thought about sound energy and how different animals hear, but that still doesn't help me find the animals when I'm visiting the reptile center if they're not out front and moving around. So what else could I do? I could slow down at each habitat and spend a little bit more time looking. This also helps me notice more things about their habitats, how complex it is, all the different logs, leaf litter, all the different things they've added to make sure the animals are comfortable. And look, right there's the eastern Massasauga. And as far as a sleeping snake, I decided not to knock, but instead just to wave. Boy, I really enjoyed my visit to the reptile center, but I'm still thinking about sound energy. I wonder what else I can investigate. On my way home, I thought about an investigation that I had seen before online, and I decided to give it a try. Besides, who needs a reason to buy chips in a can? So I bought some chips in a can, ate them all, and then I gathered the other materials I needed, my phone and a sharp pair of scissors. For my younger viewers, make sure you have a trusted adult to help you with this part. Sharp scissors can be dangerous. I cut off the open end of the can, and then I used the scissors to poke a hole and then cut out a slit in the top of the can that is just the same size as my phone, so I could slip my phone inside and have it snugly fit in there. It took a couple of adjustments to get it just right, but I managed to cut just the right size hole. All right, let's test it out. I turned on a commercial and put my phone in my new speaker. It works pretty good for a potato chip can. Plus, I got to eat a whole bunch of delicious potato chips. Another fun activity thinking about sound energy and how sound travels.